Still on the Eastern Cape, specifically in Mthatha now, we're joined by SABC News reporter Nkuleko Nyembezi. Good afternoon, Nkuleko. So you are specifically at the bridge where the minibus taxi was swept away. The community has been left reeling. What are their expectations with the president set to visit the province today?
Thank you very much, Mfundo. Good afternoon. Yes, we are here now as we are waiting the arrival of the president here on this particular scene. You will remember that this is a scene where a minibus taxi was swept away by heavy waters that were overflowing this bridge, this particular bridge here. And then when we were just zooming closer to the bridge, we saw that this is a bridge which was built in 1964, a long time ago. And this river that really swallowed a number of lives that perished here. But we spoke to the parents, to the family members, who were very, very, very shocked about what happened. They are traumatized. They were asking us if this president, the president of the country, Cyril Ramaphosa, will come and really help them out, because they are expecting their life to change soon. They cannot afford to stay to live in a community hall. Some of them were saying that their houses are still locked simply because of the mud that was that flooded their homes. So they are expecting more help to come in. So the situation really is dire, Mfundo. It is very difficult for them even to talk to us. We spoke to one woman there who happened to be the mother of 3 kids that perished in these floods, and even her mother died simply because of the heavy rains that occurred here. As you can see, Mfundo, that this incident is a first of its kind in the Eastern Cape. 78 people so far perished in this tragedy. And then now some of other people from other fronts, they are saying that road infrastructure needs to be improved, because the level, the height of the bridge that we're in right now, it's not good enough to carry a large amount of vehicles that are using this road. You remember that this route is connecting Mthatha and Engcobo straight to Cape Town in the Western Cape. So buses, taxis, light vehicles are using the same route. One of the busiest road. So they were saying that government need to fast track service delivery, especially when it comes to road infrastructure. And we visited some of their homes that were severely damaged in the village of Joslovo, where most of the people are located. Then they were saying that they have been fighting with the government to give them space of land so that they can settle without any risk to the damages of this nature. But when we posed that question to the minister, to the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Oscar Mabuyane, he was saying that this will continue to be the major problem here in the Eastern Cape, simply because people occupy the land, even where there is a risk of disaster of this nature. They just build their houses there. They were saying, but they will make sure that at least they intensify programs to evict them and challenge them in the court of law if needs be.
And that has become the contentious one ever so often, where there's the battle where community members are saying we have no choice but to build homes in some of these places because there has been no provision made for us to build in adequate places where we're also near to most of the facilities. But you touch on the fact that right now the figure stands at 78 people who have lost their lives. Are there still family members that have spoken to you indicating that there are still loved ones of theirs that are unaccounted for? And because even that figure of 78 that you mentioned is being disputed, some are placing it at 79 now. What is the latest?
Oh yes, Mfundo. I think because our last conversation with the Department of Human Settlement, I think it was early in the morning, the statistics was standing at 78, but it may increase as rescuers are busy searching for those maybe who might be still missing. So that number could increase. We will not argue with that one. But the people on the ground, they are saying, some of them there, they're saying that the the children are not, they are nowhere to be found, because we spoke to one lady that was saying, no, I got 2 children and my grandmother, but my son, the other son, is nowhere to be found. They are still looking for the son. She was sobbing severely. So the situation is like that. So people are traumatized. Some of them, they are not sure whether their loved ones are left behind to the residential areas where they were living, because we saw some of the visuals that they were covered, houses were covered with water and mud. So the search is continuing. Maybe that number you're talking about right now will definitely increase.
And then just in closing, you speak of a community in great need. We heard yesterday from the culture minister during that briefing, at least a commitment on their part to assist with burials. Have you interacted with families that are saying at this point they would need that kind of assistance?
Yes, definitely. We spoke to, I think, 2 or 3 of them. They were saying they are not working. Some of them were saying they are homeless. Some of them were saying, I've lost everything. Even my employer, who happened to be a nurse, passed away from this disaster. So I don't know where I will get money or maybe funds to support my family or to bury my son. So those are the people on the ground raising their concerns about this disaster, hoping that the president, when he comes down here, he will bring maybe some little bit of hope to the hopeless and helpless family members.
All right, Nkuleko, thank you very much for that update. That is our reporter there, Nkuleko Nyembezi.